Chapter 2. China. It's a nice place to visit. Once we got off the plane, Mr. Cohen showed us a film about China, and then we worked on our scrapbooks about the trip. Justin and I are cutting out pictures from the folders that the travel agency sent. We're turning them into postcards to make it seem like we're really in China. Then we're writing important facts about the places in the scrapbook. Justin holds up a picture of a giant panda and says, "Let's send this to Danny the Bratster." "You mean Danny the Bratster, your little brother, the 4-year-old you hate sharing a room with?" I paste the picture on the note card. "The same, the one and only." Justin nods, takes the card and writes, "Having a wonderful time. Glad you're not here. I barely miss you." That's Barely, I inform him. Justin makes a face with the panda. Bearley is better. Don't worry, Danny can't read anyway. Not with your handwriting and spelling. I stare at the scribble. Justin looks down at the card. I'll do the pasting, you do the cursive. Looking at the gobs of paste, I think messy. If neatness counts with me, the count hardly gets to 1. Justin, on the other hand, is very neat about pasting things. My handwriting is much better. Another example of what a great team we are. We help each other out. We also learn new things at about the same time, and when one of us learns first, he or she helps the other one out. When I learned to make the go forward, not I taught Justin. He helps me with the fractions, which I only half understand. We both whisper words to each other in reading group when we need help. A great team. Justin keeps pasting, I keep writing. We send one postcard to Justin's father, who got a new job and has to live alone in Alabama. Justin, Danny and his mother are staying here in New Jersey until the house gets sold. That's taking a long time. Secretly, I'm glad. Sometimes Justin gets a little sad. I'm not glad about that. I know how Justin feels about missing his father. When my parents got a divorce, my dad moved far away to another country, so I never get to see him, and he hardly ever calls. Justin's lucky though. His father comes home some weekends, and he gets to talk to him a lot on the phone. And even though Justin misses his dad, I keep fingers crossed a lot of the time, hoping that no one buys the house and that Mr. Daniels gets a job here and moves back again. At the other end of the table, Jimmy Russell and Bobby Clifford are fighting. "Listen, Tunahead, I need the brown crayon." Jimmy tugs at Bobby's sleeve. "I've asked you for it 47 times, and 47 times I've told you that I still need it, rat rear." Bobby keeps using the crayon. "Why don't you just use the other colour?" "Because I need brown." Jimmy throws down a blue crayon. Jimmy and Bobby have been fighting since preschool. Mr. Cohen has told them to grow out of it, but they haven't. "Brown, I need brown," Jimmy repeats. Bobby crosses his eyes, sticks out his tongue and clutches the brown crayon to his chest. "Doofus." Jimmy wiggles his ears. "If you need a brown crayon," Bobby points to me, "why don't you use the top of her head? She's Amber Brown." I stare at Bobby. "Amber Brown is not a crayon. Amber Brown is a person." The two boys laugh. I am Brown, and so sick of people teasing me about my name. When I was younger, I used to wish that my parents had given me a normal name like Jennifer or Tiffany or Chelsea. Now, though, I really like my name, but I still had to put up with the goofballs teasing me about it. Mr. Cohen flicks the lights off and on. "Lunchtime in China, clear the desks." Everyone quickly cleans up. I see Bobby put the brown crayon in his pocket for later. In walk Miss Armitage, Mr. Burton, and Mrs. Hopkins. The classroom parents committee brings in Chinese takeaway food, and we start eating in China, not on China, because we're using paper plates. I, Amber Brown, am not very good with chopsticks. I use mine to spear the food and then use a fork for the rice. After we finish eating, Justin and I fence without chopsticks. Then Mr. Cohen passes out the fortune cookies. Opening mine up, I read, "Experience is the best teacher." I hold the paper up and show it to Mr. Cohen. "I thought you were the best teacher. Who is Mr. Experience?" Mr. Cohen grins and then heads off to settle a fight between Jimmy and Bobby. Justin has put his fortune down on the desk in front of him. He stares at the blackboard. I pick it up. It says, "Soon you'll be going on a new journey and beginning a new life." I put the fortune down. Suddenly I don't feel very good. Suddenly pieces of dry fortune cookie feel like they're choking me. I am Brown. Hope that the fortune cookies are wrong.